Welcome to my first award season movie review. It's a yearly tradition in my life that around the beginning of each new year, I get through all the movies, creating a buzz on the award circuit and pass my own judgment. I look forward to it every year, and first up on the list this year is King Richard, a movie that follows the journey of Richard Williams, an undeterred father instrumental in raising two of the most extraordinarily gifted athletes of all time, who will end up changing the sport of tennis forever. So let's get lost in the world of Venus and Serena Williams. King Richard, played by Will Smith, is a film about a manic and driven father who seesaws between screaming soccer dad and visionary father figure. Somewhat controversial in his methods, many will argue that the results justify the methodology of his coaching and parenting skills. The story shows the incredible true story of how Richard Williams raised and guided his daughters through the brutal youth tennis circuit and world of Compton, and controversially pulled them out of the same junior circuit to protect them. We all know how this ends by now, as both daughters go on to become historically great athletes of any sex in any sport. But that doesn't make the journey any less heartwarming, and I must admit, by the end, eyes were watering as you see history being made one sacrifice at a time. Will Smith is very, very good as Richard Williams, but is he Oscar-winning good? Well, the Oscars have a habit of rewarding people for long service, and maybe people have missed out in the past. So on that note, he may win the Oscar for this. Is it the best male lead performance of this season? Well, it's hard for me to say yet. I've got a few movies to go through, but I will be doing an Oscar video of what my predictions are and what I think should win later on down the line. But like any Oscar season, it depends on what else is out there, and I can only pass judgment once I have seen everything. I think he's good, but I'd be a touch surprised if it is the best lead male performance of the year. For me, mentally, it was a bit hard to get over the fact it was Will Smith. It just kind of felt like Pursuit of Happiness Will Smith, or any of the other kind of father figure Will Smith we've seen in the past. However, it's a good performance. It's anchored really well by his wife, the fantastic Brandy Williams, who is played by, and I hope I'm saying the name right here, Anjuana Willis. I think that's right. But yeah, Richard Williams receives a fair share of criticism. It's not all just praise, it's criticism as well. So you get a lot of that in the movie. It's quite fairly balanced. The world isn't painted too black and white on the racial undertones, but it is simmering enough under the surface that you do notice it. Whether it be the faint praise by white men or the air of superiority sponsors felt when in the room with a black man and his daughter. Despite the larger-than-life character Will Smith portrays, Will Smith truly shines in the darker moments as Richard Williams. King Richard doesn't want to hear any voice other than his own, but it's when he has no choice but to accept the realities of life that Smith is at his best in this film. The film hits all the right notes to make it an audience pleaser and an awards pleaser. The Oscars are desperate to try and be more popular across the board. Is it my favourite movie of the Oscar season so far? No. But is it a good watch? Certainly. It's heartwarming, it's inspirational, and though it can be a touch formulaic at times, often big crowd pleasers just are, and that's just the way these type of movies are. But the acting is great across the board, culminating in a fantastic ending as you inevitably realise just what the Williams have achieved as a family. I'm feeling a light 8 for King Richard. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed that movie review. It's very tough to review movies without talking too much about the story. I don't want to get too much in the story because I want people to experience it, but ultimately the overall arc of the story that I'm going to touch upon, the acting, and generally how the movie makes me feel. I ain't a movie critic, but goddamn, I love movies, and I love to talk about how they move me, how they make me feel, because really, I think a great movie sticks in your head afterwards. You know, I'd say King Richard is a really good film. Did it stick in my head afterwards? Not really, but during the movie, I really, really enjoyed it. Gets a light 8 from me. Take care, and peace out.